What's up with Whatty? What's up with Whatty? What's up with Whatty? I'm back. Back for another episode with y'all. How y'all doing today? Hey. What's up with Whatty? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up with Whatty? How are y'all doing today? I'm doing wonderfully. Except for I have a crick in my neck, and it's actually gotten a lot better today, but it's the longest crick I've had in my neck, or the longest time I've had a crick in my neck in years, so not loving it. It's on this side of my neck, and it hurts really bad, but it's actually a lot better today. It started on my birthday, which sucks. You don't want to get a crick in your neck on your birthday, so that's been a lot of fun. Other than that, I have a lot of things to show you guys. You know what I talked about last week. I was about to say last year, but I mean last week on the podcast, we talked all about Valentine's Day. Well, we'll see what I got for Valentine's Day. We'll get into that in a minute, but I have some requests of the week. Requests of the week. Okay, here we go. We have a request from Olive, my sister. She says she wants me to do 29, since it was my birthday last week, Saturday, I just turned 29. So Olive wants me to do 29 life lessons I've learned in 29 years. And I've done those for you guys today. We're going to do them here in a little bit on the podcast. And we'll see if you guys learned anything, or maybe learn something about me, maybe learn something for your own life, maybe, maybe it's just interesting to you, but I have a lot of lessons I've learned in 29 years. I'm sure everybody learns a different lesson every year, maybe a few, but I've had some experiences in my life, so I've learned some things. I'm not all cuckoo in the head. I'm not all comedy. I'm not all sometimes act like a little blonde girl. Oh, whoops. Already got people texting me, and that will not have to work. That will not work for our segment today on our 29 life lessons. But that is one of the requests, and we are going to get right into it here in a few minutes after we go through a few other things. And I'm excited for you guys to listen to that segment. Olive came up with it, so thank you, Olive. You're great. You're wonderful. I love you. What else? Okay, so the other request, we don't have any others besides this, but I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to put a link in my description for this request, for this person, really. But the request is that there is a family in need, and they are in need of your help. And I mean, I'm not telling anybody, go help. I mean, if you can't help, you can't help. But I'm going to try to at least talk about this for a second. If somebody is in need of help or anything like that, I would love to talk about it on here anytime. So, even just to get the word out. I know sometimes there's people that cannot donate money, cannot help others, but at least if you know about it, you might can tell somebody that can. It's really like word of mouth, or like, I don't know, I was about to say word of mouth, but that's not right. But it's like, if you hear something and you can't do anything about it, you can even do something by spreading the word. It always helps. So, these people are looking for donations, but it's for a very serious cause. And usually people do GoFundMe accounts, which this time they didn't. It's a different kind of account. It's called Give Send Go, and it's givesendgo.com. It's like a GoFundMe. And I will put the link in the description below on my YouTube video. On Spotify, I don't know if I can put a link, but I will give you information on the description. And if you want, you can go to my YouTube to get the link on there. But it is where they're trying to support Sarah Grant and her family. They have a goal of $200,000, and they're at about $130,000. But at this point, I'm going to tell you guys why they're in need of help. It said in mid-October, Sarah had to go to the hospital because her pregnancy was very difficult. She could not eat and was not healthy enough to give birth. She was diagnosed with, I'm going to say it as best I can. I think I can say it. Esophageal cancer, and I know this word, it's adenocarcinoma. It's a type of cancer. And she had a C-section and surgery at the same time to deliver her baby and remove a tumor larger than the baby, as well as another tumor in her bowel tract, which is just, that just sounds horrible. Recovery was very difficult, as I'm sure everybody would definitely agree. That would be horrible recovery. Sarah and her husband own their own business. They have 8 children. 8. Recovery was very slow, and Sarah had increasing difficulty eating and continually lost weight. The cancer has been very aggressive in attacking her stomach, and just after her 18th wedding anniversary, Sarah received a terminal diagnosis. Due to the rate at which the cancer has metastasized, she has less than 6 months to live. We're trying to raise money for the Grant family to pay for the cost of hospice care, which may be able to lengthen her life and allow her to spend more time with her family before she passes, as well as help with medication, childcare costs, and lost wages for her husband while he has been taking care of her. Sorry about the loud noises in the background, you guys. If you hear it on YouTube, I don't know if you hear it on the podcast, but they're doing work on the lot behind my house. So her husband, they need to cover childcare costs, medications, lost wages for her husband while he's been taking care of her. The Grant family has had a lot of tragedy in the last few years. Sarah also has lost her brother in 2018 and her daughter, Emma, in 2019. We thank every one of you for the generosity you have shown in the past and present, both in financial aid and in prayer, and may God bless you. This is tragic. It's very, very sad. I mean, to have a baby and then find out that you have horrible cancer, you have to go in for a C-section, and get here comes Molly, and get everything, get the baby taken out, and the baby's okay that we know of, and then she had to remove this tumor. It's just horrible, and now it's terminal. She has 6 months left to live or less, and I know how hard that is, first of all financially, and then mentally, physically on her, physically on the family, how tired, the dad is doing everything. So really, if anybody wants to donate, I'm going to have the link in the description to go donate to her and her family. And if you can't donate, spread the word, tell others. I'm sorry, my little dog is drinking water, if you hear that on the podcast. But yeah, let's just try to help her. And I'll have a picture up of her, and I'll have a link in the description below on my YouTube to help her. Or if you want to just share with others, maybe they can help her too. So thank you guys for that request. I got that request this week, and I wanted to share that. And anytime anybody has any requests for helping others, we would love to share it here on the podcast. I love to spread any kind of news that has to do with helping others. If it's donations, if it's just prayer, if it's just, a thought, or whatever we can do for them, let's try to have that on the podcast. I will put that link in the description below, like I said. Okay, let's get on to some other things on a lighter subject. What's up with Whatty? Let's find out what's going on with me this week. Okay, so the day I filmed last week was Valentine's Day. And you know what I said, you guys. You know. I said, don't buy her roses. They're gonna die. Buy her eggs. Buy her a dinner. Buy her this or that. But guess what? About an hour after I did my podcast, these wonderful things showed up at my house. My husband, of course, you can't tell him not to buy me flowers. I love him to death for all of this. Not literal, not to death, but love him unconditionally. But as you guys can see, if you're watching on YouTube, the beautiful roses and lilies right there behind me. And they are huge. They're beautiful. I got a package from Ecuador. It had a bear, a little stuffed animal bear in it. It had 2 different kinds of roses. I think there's like 12 of each kind of rose. It also came with the vase. And it came with these lilies, which I put in a different vase. And it came with the little white flowers. And you could arrange it however you wanted. So that was really awesome and special and amazing. And of course, probably very expensive. I do not know. I did not ask. But I guess we had enough eggs this week. We had enough eggs in the fridge this week, so we didn't need any extra. So that's what I got. Oh gosh, I'm making all the noises. And I'm double checking to make sure we're recording on every platform here, like I always do. But yeah, that's what happened. I have Valentine's out the yin yang in my house. And I will update you guys on the orchid. It is not dead because it's a living plant, but the flowers have flown to the ground. They're done for the season. So let's hope that orchid one day will sprout a new flower. And I'm going to keep it forever, of course, and hope that one day it'll sprout more flowers. There is like 1 flower left on it, and I'm actually looking at it, but it's getting crusty and it's about to be down on the ground. So that's what's up with the orchid. That's the update on the orchid. My birthday, which started off with a crick in my neck, was on Saturday, and my sister got me some great birthday gifts. Love it. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. My husband got me, well, he took me to Applebee's. We all went together. Me, my sister, my husband, her husband, and their son, Oliver, my nephew. So we went to Applebee's, my favorite place in the world. I love Applebee's. And you know that song, that country song about Applebee's. Love that song too. I love that song. And so that was my pick. And I always get the wonton tacos and the fiesta lime chicken. I love both of those things so much. And before that, Goldie gave me some gifts. Braxton gave me some Chick-fil-A money. He also bought me a lot of different things throughout the week, including these roses, because, you know, Valentine's and my birthday is kind of in the same week, so I get a lot of different things throughout the weeks, so that's fun. And then my neighbors, the neighbors that have the farm, they actually gave me a card and a $25 gift card, which was so sweet, unexpected, not needed, but oh, how sweet was that? Just so sweet. And I'm having weird things happening right now in my ears. Right now I have this ear, I can hear myself, and this ear, I can't. Hold on. It's technical difficulties. Hold on. I'm testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's like this little speaker right here might be going out. That means I need new headphones, new earbuds. Anybody want to donate me some new earbuds? No, I'm joking. They're like cheap as hell. All right. So let me show you my gifts from my birthday. Well, first off, Goldie got me this, which is goat milk. It's goat milk and shea butter lotion, body lotion. It's paraben free and gluten free. And I'm going to try to put it up to the camera good enough for you guys to see it. Look at that. Look at that. It's super nice. Super nice. I love lotion. I use lotion on my hands, my arms, on my legs, I use lotion on my legs every single day. If not, they get like really ashy and like dry. So I love lotion. And then of course, everybody always buys me lots of love stuff, especially on Valentine's and my birthday. I know my name's Love, but Lord, I'm about sick of my name. That's what I said. I said that this week. I was like, I'm about sick and tired of my name. Like, I love my name, but I'm sick and tired of it. So, yeah, let's, like, not get me any love stuff for a while. But then I still get love stuff. So she got me a Love in the Air. Love is in the Air, I think it is. Yeah, Love is in the Air. Advanced coloring book, which is actually really cool. And I'm going to use it. It's got some cute little coloring pages in here. Like, look at this one. Oh, look at that one. It says love. So yeah, I'm going to do that when I'm bored. And I'm going to have a full coloring book of love. And it's not that thick, so I'm going to be able to do every single one of them for sure. Also, she gave me this beautiful, all my gifts came in this beautiful bag. You guys. Gorgeous. Okay, so what else is in here? Oh, she gave me some mineral salt scrub, which I don't really use salt scrub, but hey, I'll keep it and we'll see what happens. But hey, I'm sure it smells good. Actually, I've not even opened it. Maybe I should open it. I can't smell it because it's got a seal. Do you hear it? It's got a seal on it. Like everything. Oh, actually, I've not even tried the lotion yet. Should I try the lotion? That was so loud. I'm so sorry, you guys on Spotify. Let's just smell it. Oh my gosh. I've got a runny nose. Hold on. All right. Oh, it smells very, very good, you guys. It's like ASMR smelling. Smells like heaven. Smells like a little piece of heaven. And then you can hear it. You hear that? That's lotion. All right, love. That's a little bit too much for the viewers today. All right, let's see what else she gave me. I think she gave me one more. Oh, she did give me a little like sign, a little baby sign that says love. But I don't have it with me. I don't know where it is. My mom put it somewhere. And then I got the $25 gift card. What else? And then Oliver. He didn't throw this in here. He left this at my house on my birthday. One of the longest slinkies ever. Whoa. But so, I think my mom threw it in this bag. And Oliver, I got your slinky. So if you need it back, Whatty's got it for you. Whatty's got your slinky. I used to love slinkies as a kid, but do you guys know what I'm mad about slinkies? Every single time you get a slinky, this happens. If you can look on the screen, you'll see somehow the slinky messes up in one section to where all of a sudden it's not a slinky no more. It's messed up. So half of Oliver's things messed up, but it's a really big one. And I'm sure he wants it back. So I'll make sure to get him that back. And then there was cards. And then that's it. So that was the show and tell of my Valentine's gifts and birthday gifts this week, you guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, everyone. Molly, stop. She barks at about just anything. Molly, stop. She's getting mean. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry if my dog's barking. Okay, so thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, Mom, for everything you did for me yesterday. Yesterday, Mom helped me clean around my house. She got me a smoothie from Smoothie King. Got me some Chick-fil-A, which I love. And thank you, baby. Thank you, Braxton, for all the wonderful flowers, the wonderful dinner, all the wonderful things you got me this week, and money for Chick-fil-A. That's awesome, and that's what I needed. I always need money for Chick-fil-A. Oh, thank you, Chris and Bill, which is guys that live next door with a farm, they got me some Chick-fil-A money. They gave me some Chick-fil-A money too. And that is all I need. You guys just give me Chick-fil-A cards and Chick-fil-A money. I'll be happy. I love me some Chick-fil-A. Okay, so then, what else? Oh, I got new glasses. I told you guys that my glasses broke. And I ordered them. And it's taken them forever because they're from China. So it took them like 30 days to get here. But they came. And look how beautiful they are. They're like my old ones. They're sparkly all around the rim, on the sides. They're a little dirty right now, but they're beautiful. And you guys can see them on YouTube if you're watching. And so I'm very happy about that. I got 2 pairs in the mail. And China takes forever. So if you need glasses quickly, maybe don't order from Klee. It's called Klee Me. But they have the best glasses. Their glasses are so well made, so beautiful. And I didn't really care if I had to wait. So thank you, Klee Me, for my glasses. Oliver got a hamster this weekend. What? He got a little baby hamster. I haven't seen it like in person yet, but I saw it on video, like, what is it? FaceTime. And then I also saw it on camera, like picture. But it is so cute. It is very little. It's bit him twice that I know of so far, but he's really happy about it. Up until his mom and my mom, his me mother, he calls her me mother, like I said. But he they said you're gonna have to start, cleaning the cage out because hamsters poop and hamsters eat and they make their thing all dirty. He said, and then as soon as he heard that he was gonna have to start cleaning it out, he said, "Oh, I don't need it anymore. We can give it away." He doesn't want. I'm telling you, that little boy is spoiled to death. So he doesn't want to clean his hamster cage out. We'll see how long they keep the hamster. I know my sister really doesn't want to clean it out. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I'll give you guys an update and keep you updated on that. All right. So that's what's going on with my week. I got the crick in my neck, And I had a wonderful week, you guys. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. So I'm not mad about it at all. All right, let's go into 29 life lessons I've learned in 29 years. I think Olive kind of said that it was like, 29 things you've learned in 29 years or 29, I kind of summed it up in life lessons because I think that's really the most important is the lessons you've learned in life. So let's get into them. I've wrote them all down and I'm excited to get into this. Let me fix my microphone, and I know it's so loud for the Spotify people when I do too much movements, but let's see. Okay, number 1, in a New York minute, everything can change, and that is so true, you guys. Like, you can literally be on a path that you're thinking, you could be like driving down the road, I'm going to Walmart, and you get a phone call, and your sister is like, I need you to come here right now, or your mom, or anything. In a New York minute, not just a New York minute, but in a minute, in a second, your whole life can change. Your whole day can change. Anything you're doing can change like that. Never think, today I'm doing this, because everything can change in a second. I have, one morning I woke up, and I even had a thought. I was like, I did have a thought like, I'm going to have a relax day. I'm going to rest. I'm going to, watch some TV, enjoy my day. And then, next thing I know, I actually had a thought a few minutes later. I was like, how about if somebody calls me and has a problem today? That would be weird. And it's like 30 minutes later, I get a call from my sister mom saying something really bad happened, which it ended up being, okay in the long run, but my sister's husband ended up in the hospital. Things happened. I won't explain what happened, but it's okay now. Everything was fine, but it totally changed my day to where I was like, okay, I'm not going to be laying down. I'm not going to be resting. I'm not going to be watching TV today. I'm going to be leaving my house right now, going to the hospital or going wherever I need to go, get Oliver, do whatever I got to do. And it totally changed the whole aspect of the day. And then it changed a lot of life for a while too. So it's like, don't ever expect life to be going a certain way for too long, because things change all the time. And I know change is so, so hard. And then sometimes it's easy, and then sometimes you're prepared for it. But just always have that in your mind, like, it's going to happen. Things change all the time. There's different seasons of life all the time. Some seasons are not good. Some seasons are really bad. Some seasons are wonderful. Some seasons are exciting or scary. But everything happens for a reason. Everything will, everything changes for a reason, but also just expect it is really what I mean, is like, expect it and don't feel weirded out or offended in some type of way that all of a sudden things have changed, because it happens and it's natural and it's the way life goes. And then it goes into my second life lesson, is this too shall pass, which it doesn't matter if it's an exciting moment in your life or a scary moment or a weird moment, strange, awkward, or just, a totally boring moment in your life. It will pass and things will change, or things will get better. Things might get worse and then get better again. You never know. But everything will pass. Just like when my dad was passing away from cancer. It was like one day, I get a phone call that he has cancer. And I'm like, oh my gosh. New York minute, everything changed. And then within 3 to 4 months, he passed away. And that was shocking. But it was a season of, wow, this is happening. Then it happened. And then there was another season of grief. And there's always grief and sadness about that. But there was an extreme season of it, after the fact directly. And then it passed. Of course, I always miss my dad. Of course, I always, am sad that he died and all these different things. But it's not going to last forever, the horror of those moments, or the shock of those moments, or the hard times of those moments, or if you're getting married, like the excitement, the happiness of the moment, that passes too. And then you get back into regular life. So it's just like every season of life is good, bad, whatever, and then it passes. So either in that moment, enjoy it, really take it in, just don't let the moments pass you, like, they are going to pass you by. So, take them in, even if it's bad. Like, even if you're sitting there and your dad's dying, like, talk to him, sing to him, be with him, sit with him, spend as much time as you can with him. Just take in as much as you can in every moment, even if it's bad, or even if it's good, or even if it's wonderful. Just take it in and remember it's going to pass. It's going to pass and you won't get that moment again. Then it goes into don't regret anything. That's my number 3, is don't regret. There's tons of times when you're going to be like, oh, I regretted what I just said to them, or you might feel sorry about it. But, or what you've done or anything, but you really can't regret it because it's done and you've already done it, or you've already said it, or whatever, or you missed out on a moment that you wanted to be a part of and you regret it, but it's already done and you really can't regret it. It's just something that happened that you didn't get a part of, or something that you did that you didn't want to do, or something you said you didn't want to say, but you just can't regret it. You got to get over it. You got to get over it and not let it just sit inside of you and affect you. I'm sure there'll be a moment of regret. I can't say you can't totally regret something. I have regrets that I've had, but I have had to push them away and say, I can't regret it. I have to go on with my life And whatever I did or didn't do or did or didn't say is, part of my life now. It's just, it either helped me in life or didn't help me. It made me who I am or it made me who I am not. So I'm grateful for the things that I regret because they were meant to happen, really. They weren't meant to not happen. It's just the way your life went. It's just the way it goes. So try not to regret. If you do, try to push it away, quick. Not super quick, but, quicker. And you don't want it to sit inside of you and you grow anger or despair or sadness or mental health problems. There's no reason for all that when you can just say, this too shall pass. My regrets will be out the window soon. You can't keep them bottled up inside. Number 4, I put prayer is the most important part of life. And I will say this is controversial, of course. I believe in God. A lot of other people might not believe in God, might believe in a different God, might believe in something else. And whatever that is, even if if you believe in God, pray. If you believe in something else, however you do your religion, do it your way. But I feel for my life, prayer has helped me immensely through sadness, through despair, through pain. I also have prayed for things that I've wanted in life, that I've received, and I'm grateful to God. And then for you, it would be grateful to whoever you believe in, or if you're meditating, or however you do your religious life. But prayer is super important for me, and I won't touch on it too long because I know it's controversial, but it's very important for me in my life, and I believe that that's a very important lesson for my life that I have had and that I've used. So maybe that will help you, maybe it won't. Patience is virtue is number 5. This is so true, and I'm sure you've heard it, but be patient. You cannot rush around in life. You can't rush anything. Patience is the most important thing. And if you're patient, as I say, I believe in God. I feel like if you're patient, then God will do the things in your life that you need, or what He thinks you will need in your life. Don't be pressuring and oh, I need this right now, and I'm mad if I don't get this right now. Just be patient. Maybe you don't need that. Maybe you need something else. Maybe you do need that, but it's not that time. It's not the time of life for that. Maybe you want that job that you can't get yet, but you get it in the future. Maybe you want a child, but you don't get it until the future. Maybe you want to be married, but you don't get it until the future. Be patient. Be calm. And just patience is virtue. Really, it is. And just in regular life, if you're talking to somebody and you feel like they aren't understanding you or something, be patient with them. Let them understand on their own time, or explain to them, very calmly to the point that they do understand you eventually. So patience is virtue. Number 6, this is a long list. Number 6, independence is a good thing. It is a good thing. I won't touch on this long, but I have had moments in my life where I've needed to be independent, and I'm glad that I was capable of doing it. I was very independent, and independence is a good thing. Don't feel alone. Don't feel sad. Don't feel mad about being independent. Independence is good. Also dependence is good, like in a marriage and things like that. But don't feel bad to be independent. And it's a good thing to be independent, and not, use people and things like that. Try to take care of yourself. Try to pay your own way. Try to have your own money and have your own things. Don't count on others. Count on yourself. Of course, until you get married and things like that, things change. But if you're just a regular single person out of your parents' house, be independent. Be strong. Do it on your own. You can do it. Everybody can do it. It is not hard to be independent. I've had many times in my life to be independent, and I have. I've conquered it quite well. Money does not buy happiness. Everybody's probably heard this one, but it's true. I am so much happier to know, I don't need to have money to be happy. I feel like if I had everything, I'd be bored. And of course, I can't even, a rich person, I'm sure that they're happy too in other ways. I can't say every person that's rich isn't happy, but you don't have to have money to be happy. You can go swimming, you can go to the beach. I think actually being poor is more free. You can just kind of do what you want. You can go anywhere, do anything. If you're rich, you probably have a lot of things you got to do to keep those riches. And that wouldn't be fine. Having to constantly work and pay all your taxes and all the things. So money doesn't buy happiness. Don't let other people affect your mood or feeling. This is a big one for me. If somebody says something mean to you, if somebody says something bad about your body, if somebody says anything that's offensive, and of course there's people that'll say, oh, you're being rude or this or that, and like, maybe they're right sometimes. I won't say that they aren't, especially if you're younger and it's your mom or dad saying, you need to be better, like, you need to do this or that. Maybe a lot of times in those situations, yeah, they might be right, and you might need to work on yourself. But if you're a grown adult and somebody's saying something mean to you about your body or being rude to you out of nowhere or anything, don't let it affect you. So, say, bye, Felicia. Like, no, thank you. You are not affecting my day. You are not affecting my feelings. You are not mentally abusing me right now. No, just do not let other people affect your mood. I've had many times where I've actually had that happen where it did affect my mood. And I think that was because I was younger and I was still learning how to take care of my emotional state or handle my emotions as a young adult. But now that I'm older, if I could tell myself when I was younger to calm down and not let any of that affect you, I would. I would be like, please just sit your butt down and don't even worry about it. Go on with your life. Because I've had way too many times in the past when I was younger where I let it affect me, and I should have never let it affect me. It gave me anxiety and all this stuff. I didn't need all that. Let's see. Anger isn't worth it. You don't have to be angry to express yourself. Of course, you can have anger behind what you're saying, but you don't have to be like yelling at somebody or, just in general fights or arguments. There's no reason. It does not affect the crystals inside your body, the water crystals inside your body good. It does not affect your mood good. It hurts your anxiety so bad. There's no reason to have a fight about anything. If somebody's making you mad, just walk away. Just take a breather. Just don't worry about it. You really need to learn how to talk things out with people because anger is not a good way to do it. Pay it forward. We talked about this a few weeks ago, that movie Pay It Forward, but it is true. If somebody doesn't want you to pay them back, pay it forward. And if you're paying somebody else back for anything, still pay it forward. Help other people. Help other people that you know that can't help you. Help a stranger that you know that will never be able to help you back because they don't know you. It's really good. Helping people is great. It's great for the world. It's great for your feelings. It's great for your emotional state, for your mental state. It's great it's great for your relationship with God or whoever, your spiritual life. It's really great for all that. And it's always a blessing for someone else to get help when they really don't even know that it's coming, or they might not really need it, but it's just helpful. So pay it forward. Number 11, try not to ask people for help. This kind of goes against the pay it forward, or not really against it, but it says, or what I said is try not to ask people for help if you can't pay them back or help them in some way. Don't use people, which I understand. Like there's tons of times when I'm like, oh, I need help but I'm not going to ask for help unless I can pay them back in money or helping them in some way. Anything to help pay them back. Even if they say don't pay them back, I feel horrible. I'm like, no, I need to like pay you back. I don't want to be a user. So try to, if you need help, always ask, but don't ask unless you can repay them in some type of way. It just doesn't work like that, because then you turn into a user. Everybody's talking behind your back, and it's not cool. It's just not cool. It's not always good to be friends with your neighbors, which we are friends with a few of our neighbors around here, but I've had multiple times where it wasn't a good thing to be friends with your neighbors. So you don't have to have everyone in the neighborhood know you and know your business. So keep that in mind. You want your home to be like a sanctuary, not like where all the neighbors come over all the time or know everything you're doing. So be very selective in who you're friends with within your neighborhood, and then maybe you don't want to be friends with any of them, and that is okay. So it's not always a good thing. Let's see. Number 13, halfway there. Don't tell everyone all your business, or your business isn't yours anymore, which is so, so true. And then also don't spread gossip and rumors about other people. Even if it's true or not, just don't talk about other people's business to others, because that's really not cool. And people hate it when you spread their news. They usually try to tell you something because they think you're not going to tell anybody because they trust you. But also, don't spread your own. You could say whatever you want, but as soon as you say your business to anybody, it's free game. They can go tell anybody they want. They can gossip about you. They can spread rumors about what you said, whatever. So whatever you want to keep personal or in between you and your relationship or in your life, keep it to yourself until you're really ready to spread it, because as soon as you spread something, it spreads like wildfire. Be respectful and actually listen to others. This was a hard one for me when I was really young, but you need to also, I of course learn, but even if you don't want to hear what the person says, you need to sit there and you're in their company, so I don't know why you're in their company if you aren't wanting to listen. So sit there and listen. Even if you don't think you like what they're saying, just listen, be respectful, and you don't have to reply in a snarky comment or I told you so or whatever. You can just listen and respectfully listen, and you don't really have to reply if you don't want, but you can take it in and at least let them know you know what they're saying so they don't feel like they're talking to a wall. And I know that personally a lot of times where people have told me, like, are you listening to me? And I'm like, yeah, I am. Or my sister will be talking and I'm like, I'm hearing everything you're saying, but you don't care to hear anything about me. Or a lot of times, I have a lot of sisters. This happened multiple times with tons of them, but just always try to listen to others when they're speaking. And always remember that a ton of times when you're speaking, other people don't care what you're saying. And be selective with what you're saying. And a lot of times if you have too long of a thing, or you seem that people are not interested after a few minutes, cut it short, cut it off, because they aren't interested and they probably aren't listening very well. Don't play on your phone at dinner or when someone's talking, etc. This is a big one for a lot of people, but it's not good to have somebody talking to you or you talking to someone and you be on your phone. It's not fun for either party. Either person. It's not fun to be sitting at dinner and somebody be playing on their phone or watching a video on their tablet or phone. Like, even kids. I hate it when kids are watching their tablet while they're eating. It's so disrespectful. It is so wrong. So, just try to be in the moment when you're actually talking to someone, and or you're eating dinner together or breakfast or lunch. don't be on your phone. I mean, of course, there's moments where it's like, oh my God, this is important. I got to pick it up or something, like to talk on the phone for a sec. But try your best not to. If you're riding around with somebody, having a good day in the car, talking and having fun, don't be on your phone. It's really disrespectful and it's really rude. What else? This is number 16. It's okay to say no. And it is okay to say no. I am totally okay with saying no to any and everybody. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. And it's okay. And don't feel bad about it. And that's number 17. Don't feel bad for not doing something that you don't want to do. And also if anything causes you anxiety or anything like that, it's okay to not do it. And if it is causing you anxiety in the moment, it's okay to stop doing it. Or if you feel weird, or if you feel sad, or if you feel angry toward it, stop. Just don't do it. It is okay to not do what you want to do. We're all human, and we all have things we don't want to do, and it's okay to say no and not do those things. Give yourself a budget and don't shop till you drop. I have had problems where I have shopped till I dropped in the past, and I've learned over just the past few years, you don't have to spend all your money. You don't have to, like, buy a whole buggy of stuff at a thrift store. You don't have to have all these knickknacks and things because, first of all, it fills up your home. Secondly, it lowers your monies. Like, it totally drains you of funds. And, whoa. There was a huge noise and I don't know where it was or what happened. But it's on the Spotify, or on Spotify you can hear, or if you're listening on any platform you can hear. I don't think you'll hear on YouTube, but I just heard it. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. Technical difficulties. But what was I saying? Yeah, just it fills up your home, lowers your funds, and it sucks to have so much stuff and you can't find the things you want in your house. It's just like, don't be a hoarder. Don't be a freaking hoarder. That's what it comes down to. Always eat something for breakfast. This is number 19. And that is so real. If you don't eat anything during breakfast, you are going to pass out. Like, pass the heck out. I don't know how many, or not even pass out, maybe get sick. Like, I don't know how many times I've needed to eat, did not eat breakfast, and had a horrible, horrible day. Like, tired, or feeling sick, or feeling like I'm going to pass out. Like, eat breakfast. Eat something. Even if it's a banana. Just put something in your body. Your body cannot just, like, live off of nothing in the morning. Quietness is a good thing. This is number 20. We're almost there. Quietness is a good thing. Sometimes you don't always have to talk. Just like, really, it's like if you're in a relationship, like, I'll explain it in that way, but if you're in a relationship, you don't have to constantly talk. You can lay together quietly. You can sit together quietly. You can eat dinner quietly and not speak. And it's okay. It's not like you don't love each other. It's just like, there's nothing to say right now. It's okay for quietness. It's also okay for quietness between friendships, between parents and their children, between sisters and brothers. You don't always have to talk to know that you love each other, or to know that you won't talk. Like, you're going to talk again, of course. There's going to be tons of times where you talk, but it's okay to be quiet sometimes too. Try every day to spend time outside in the sun without your phone, which is so important. And I try to work on this every day because I'm not good at it sometimes. But it is so good to go get vitamin D, sit in the sun, sit outside, walk outside, go on a walk, do whatever you do outside, but don't be on your phone while you're out there, and just enjoy it. Even if it's for 10 minutes, even if it's for an hour, like, just do it. Just enjoy it every day at least. Try your hardest. It's good for your health and to get off your phone. Try your best to, this is number 22. Try your best to not control every situation in life. There is no rushing life. I said this a little earlier. There is no rushing life. Life cannot be rushed. Really controlling situations is not good. I have had problems with that in the past too, where I've always been trying to control certain things. There's no controlling things. Yes, you can have a set regimen of what you want to do, or maybe a schedule of what you're going to do on a trip, a vacation, whatever. But nothing's going to go precisely your way ever. And there's no reason to control others, freak other people out, or control yourself, freak your own self out, and you don't even realize you're freaking yourself out. Just go with the flow more. You can make a list, you can do a little schedule or whatever, kind of go by it. But don't try to control every single aspect of every single thing in a day or in a situation or on a trip or whatever. It makes it not fun. Go with the flow, people. Just go with the flow. Treat others how you would want to be treated, which is really important. If you want to be treated nice, then you need to treat others nice. Just don't be a Karen, really, is what that boils down to. Number 24, show love and kindness to others. It's really important to do that. I mean, people don't want you to show anger and hate toward them. If you don't like a person, stay away from them, really. But, yeah, show love and kindness. You don't have to be a Scrooge. Just be nice, be kind, compliment others. Say you love if you're talking to your mom, say you love her. If you're talking to your dad, say you love him. Your husband, you love him. Your niece, nephew, aunts, uncles, whatever. Compliment them. Show love to them. Say you love them. Send them a card. Do something special. But show love and kindness. It's very important. It's very important. We're like little plants. Little flowers. It's like watering a flower. It's like, I love you. And then that person's like, oh, they love me. And it makes them feel good. It makes you feel good to say it to them. And we're little plants. And plants don't want to be yelled at, not watered. So let's water our plants and show love and kindness. Be spontaneous and go on adventures. Of course, you can't do this all the time. But don't be a Scrooge. Don't be mean. Don't be like, I'm never leaving my house. I'm not doing anything fun. I don't want to leave my city. I'm never going anywhere. Don't be like that. Be spontaneous. Just do something fun every once in a while. Go to the beach at midnight. Do something crazy, Go skiing. Go do things that you'd never do. Do something fun, Life is so already hard with work, relationships, cleaning, cooking, all the things. And there's so much of life that just sucks that it's so important to have those moments of spontaneity and so much just random little adventures, even if it's just around the town, or if it's just like a trip and you're like, okay, on the trip we aren't going to plan anything, we aren't going to do anything, we're just going to be spontaneous the whole time. We're just going to drive around. Oh, I'm hitting this mic so much, I'm so sorry, you guys. But we're just going to drive around, just see what happens. And this is how my dad was. He was always like, let's just drive down this little street and see what happens, or let's just talk to these people and see what happens. Like, he was very spontaneous, and you never know what he would do. Like, one night he was like, let's just drive to Destin and stay the night in Destin, Florida. I'm like, what? It's like 8 o'clock at night. Okay, let's go. So he was very spontaneous, and I love that about him. And adventurous. This is number 26. We're 3 away, you guys. Try to keep your credit in good standing with others and with your bank and your financial institutions. I've talked about this previously, but credit is so important in your life. To get houses, to get everything, it is so important to keep good credit. And it's really important to get credit. You really don't need to not have credit. And when you get credit, keep it in good standings. It's super important. Also, credit within relationships and people you know. You don't want to say, oh, like your friend owns a store and they're like, oh, you can put that on your tab or whatever. And you never pay your tab back, but you keep going in there saying, can I get a coffee or whatever you get? And they're like, sure. But then they're like, They're never going to pay us back, whatever. And then they start hating you. So have good credit with your relationships, your business relationships, your friends, your financial institutions, and your bank. Credit is a very important thing in this world. 27, number 27, be trustworthy. Try to always just tell the truth and be trustworthy. And if you're going to say, oh, I'm going to be at this place at 8:30 in the morning to do this with you, be there. Just be there. And if you can't be there, call way beforehand or the day before or whatever and let them know why. Just be trustworthy, be available, be on time, all that kind of stuff. People love it when you're able to be trusted and counted on. Number 28, always be 15 minutes early for everything. I have lived by this. I'm always like 30 minutes to 15 minutes early, usually 30 minutes earlier. I just never want to be late for anything. And if I'm even 5 minutes before, like the time, I feel like I'm late at that point. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am about to be late. I can't take it. So I don't like to be late at all. I have had moments where I've been late maybe 3 or 4 times in my life to something important, and I felt so horrible about it. My dad was horrible about being late, and I hated it. I was embarrassed about it. So just try to be early. People do not like it when you're late, and it just sucks. It just sucks. Don't be late. Always stay positive. This is number 29. Always stay positive and live life to the fullest. And always remember, life is full of pain and horror and sucky days and emotional moments and mental issues and just all sorts of problems and really a lot of pain that you need to stay positive because there's no reason to be totally negative all the time, because there is going to be the hardest moments of your life hit you at the randomest times, and it's just life. It's just the way it goes. So try to stay positive. And I'm just really happy that Olive gave me this list, or gave me this request of the week, because this was very interesting. 29 life lessons I've learned. And also I would love it if you guys commented below of any life lessons that you have learned that I could tell others on the podcast. I have spit on my microphone, so I'm wiping it off. Just to be honest and trustworthy with you guys. But I was going to say that if you guys have any life lessons you've learned and you want me to share them, please comment below and I will share them in next week's podcast. I would love to hear some of the life lessons y'all have learned. Okay, so we have already gotten almost to an hour here, you guys, and I didn't expect the life lessons to last that long. And I usually have some fun stuff, and I'm funny and comical, but those were very important, and I'm glad Olive did put those in. And I have some thoughts of the week, and my mom has some questions too. So I'll do one thought of the week this week, and then I'll do some more thoughts next week. Okay, well, maybe I might do both. Let's see. All right, so this is a thought that I've had. Has anybody ever seen, oh, I'm getting notifications that I don't want to hear. Okay, has anybody ever seen all right, this is kind of morbid. Has anybody ever seen a dead cat or a cat die in front of them? Because I've not ever seen one. And me and my husband were talking the other night, and he's like, oh, cat. He said something about cats, and he was like, they have 9 lives. And I thought about it, and I'm like, they do say they have 9 lives. And then if you drop a cat from like 2 stories, they always land on their feet. You can drop them and they land on their feet. And the weirdest thing to me, this could be like a conspiracy. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Oh, I'm looking. Neighbors and everything are walking down the road to get their dogs. Because it just notified me on my ring that there was dogs in my yard. But It's so weird that they say they have 9 lives because I've never seen a dead cat and I've never seen a cat die. And of course, everybody's like, oh, my cat, wandered off into the woods and probably died. Probably. I don't know what happened, but they disappear. You never see them dead and you never see them die. And hey, I might be wrong. A lot of people might be like, I saw my cat die. My cat died in front of me or something. And maybe a cat could get hit by a car. I'm not talking about anything like that. But for me, people are talking outside my mouth, trying to get their animals. Sorry, you guys. I hate it whenever I'm like quiet for a minute because then you're like, where did she go? What is she doing? And then Molly's hearing everything. All right, so what am I saying here? And you guys can probably hear the dogs barking. Yep. Okay, so let's see. What was I saying? I always get so distracted every time there's people looking for their animals around here. Oh, makes me mad. Pisses me off. Okay, so the cat. Okay, so I wanted to get into a story here, or a little thought for the whole cat thing. I had a cat that her name was Crystal, and it was the first time I ever had a cat. I was probably, I don't know, like 6 or 7, I don't know. And the cat had like, we went and picked the cats out, but this cat had a broken back leg. Something was wrong with its back leg, and it just drug it, around. It was pretty creepy. But I loved it, and I was like, that's my cat Crystal, and I want that cat. And so Dad got me the cat. He got all the girls' cats, but come to find out I was actually allergic to cats when I was a little girl. So it wasn't very good for me to have, but I didn't care that I was allergic. I was going to have a cat. And that's the cat I wanted, the broken leg one. I was like, I can help it. I can make it all better. And my dad, of course, like, he wasn't really into doing vets, all that kind of stuff. And he was just buying these cats for them to live on our big, huge property in North Alabama. Like, he was like, whatever, just to kill some rats, whatever. And so I would carry my cat around with its little limp leg, and I would run after it whenever its little leg was dragging in the gravel down our street and all this stuff. And I always was like, oh, I'm going to help this cat. This cat's leg's going to be fixed because I'm being so sweet to it. And I would wrap its little leg up in blankets and all sorts of stuff. And so one day I go outside and I noticed my cat was nowhere to be found. And it was a long time where it wasn't anywhere to be found. And I was like, Mom, my cat, where's my cat? And Mom's like, I don't know, love, I don't know. And my dad was at work by then. And so he comes home in the afternoon. And I'm like, Dad, my cat, I can't find my cat Crystal anywhere. Where did she go? I'm getting a scam call. I was like, where did she go? And he said, love, I don't know. Let's see. And he couldn't find the cat. And so the next day he says, love, you know what happened? I said, what happened, Dad? He said, well, Crystal probably went out into the woods and died because she had a limp leg, a bad leg. And I was like, my cat went into the woods and died? And I was like, no way, no. How do you know for a fact? Did you go in the woods and see that she died, Dad? He's like, no, I don't know that she did, but she probably did. Like, that's what cats do. And I was like, how does my dad know what cats do? So I never believed this cat. I never believed the cat died. Never believed that it went in the woods and died. I was always like, no freaking way. This is not true. Like, if my cat went out in the woods, she's coming back one day. So every day I'd wake up and I was like, my cat will be back today, I bet you. I was always waiting for her to be like dragging her little leg down our road, down our little gravel driveway. And it was actually sad now I think about it because I was bound and determined to see that cat, like, dragging its little leg down the path. And I was like, maybe she just went out to the woods to have babies. Maybe she was pregnant. Maybe she, I had all these different thoughts that ran through my head all the time about my cat. And it never came back. And I don't know when or how I ever got over it, but I did. And I think about it to this day that I did not see it die. My dad did not see it die. My mom did not see it die. It did run off because it was gone. But, it could have gotten attacked. Who knows? It had a limp leg, but it was walking good. Like, even though the leg would drag, it was getting it. It would run. It would, it was going. It wasn't having no issues for getting around. It was just dragging the leg. So, that kind of jogged my thoughts into, I've never seen a cat die. And every time a cat has supposedly died, it's just went missing. It's just gone in thin air. It's like, oh, it ran away. Oh, it went into the woods. It might have died out in the woods. It probably died out there. I have never been walking through the woods and seen a dead cat, okay? I don't know where these cats go, and I don't know, I don't know what happens with a cat, but supposedly it has 9 lives, so is it like, it just disappears and it's like, I'm going to live my 7th life. I'm going to live my 18th life. I don't have 9 lives, I have 18, so I don't know. That was a weird thought. It could be conspiracy. I don't know, but just let me know. Like, have you ever seen a dead cat? Probably not. Have you ever seen a cat die in front of you? That is the rarest thing I think I've ever heard. Never have I heard anybody say, I saw my cat die in front of me. I haven't seen a cat ever die in front of me. Never. I've seen a cat, actually, I had a snake. My other cat. We had a cat, my sister's cat. And I was walking out back of the house, the same house we lived in at that point. And I was going to my dad's workshop where he would work to do art. And I was going to walk back there to see my dad. And there was a huge snake. Not like massive, big like that, but long snake. It was I don't know if it was a black snake. It was a dark colored snake, but it was up. Its head was up off the ground. Its body was up. It was in attack mode. It was going to attack me. I knew it was. But within the moment it was going to come for me, I was about to take off and run, but it was so instantaneous that this happened because I was walking down the path. The snake comes right up, about to hit on me, and the cat comes from behind me, my sister's cat, and just freaking takes that snake right out. I was like, oh my God, the cat saved my life. The cat saved my life. And of course, I'm sure the cat got bit and everything, but that cat attacked that snake and saved my life. I don't know if it was poisonous or not, but I would have been hurt bad. And if it would have been poisonous, it would have been even doubly bad because we lived on top of a mountain in a little bitty town with no hospital. So yeah, not a good look, if you know what I mean. And I was probably still around 6 or 7 years old. So yeah, that happened. I also had another happening where I was not newborn. It was the first year of my life. I guess maybe I was 6 months old. I don't know. My mom and dad lived in an RV at that point, and they had put me, I guess there was an outside area, and I was in a little walker, and they had put me outside, and I'm sure they didn't put me outside and leave me out there. The door, I'm sure, was probably open. Mom was cooking or something, dad, and they were all around. I was just right there, and I was in my walker right out the front door. And a raccoon, and I swear, I don't know, I can't remember this, but this is what my dad says. He says a raccoon was getting ready to attack me on my, maybe not attack me, maybe it was eating my food, I don't know, but it was on my walker, my little walking thing, and I was just walking around like nothing, and I was happy as all, not crying, nothing, and Dad said it was on my walker. He didn't know it was going to attack me. I don't know specifics of what he said, but he said he got that thing right off of there. I think he beat it off of there. And then it comes to find out that there was like rabid raccoons in the area. So yeah, that happened to me too. How fun was that? That was fun. I'm glad I don't remember that. So animals have been trying to attack me since I was a little child. A little baby child. Okay, I'm just going to get into this, even though we're a little past an hour. We might get into this at an hour and 30, but I'm going to get into this because I've wanted to get into this for 2 freaking weeks. Bicyclists. I don't know how mad I can be at bicyclists, but I'm very, very mad. And I'm about to put a meme up right here. Meme of the day for you. So it says on this meme, no thanks, just the middle of the effing road for me. Just the middle of the effing road for me. This is so serious and so literal. I can't even get over it. How they can build or construct a bike path. So nice. Wonderful bike path. Big enough for walkers, for dog walkers, big enough for bikes. The bicyclist, 70 to 85% of these people do not want to use the bike path. They want to use the middle of the road or the side of the road, and they want to go along with traffic like they're a car. Y'all are not cars. And I want to make you understand that you are not a vehicle, and they have bike paths for a reason. Get on the freaking bike path. Why do they build bike paths? So you guys can get out of the traffic. So you guys can be safe and not get hurt. So we can feel safe while we're driving and not feel like we're going to hit a bicyclist. We don't want to hit a bicyclist. No, thank you. And another thing that kills me, like most of the bikers these days are like 70, 80 plus. There's no children bikers anymore. No, there's no children bicyclists. I never, hardly ever see a child on a bicycle. You know, back in the day, there was probably children all over the world just bicycling in their neighborhoods. And I won't say that there isn't to this day. There probably is. But in my neck of the woods, in my town, all you see is people that are like 60 plus, 70 plus, 80 plus riding bicycles. There was even a guy a couple years ago on the bike path that was rollerblading, and he was like 70. And I was like, oh wow, you're doing great. He's like, I haven't done this in 55 years. I was like, are you kidding me right now? 55 years? And you decide today to do rollerblading. You're going to rollerblade on the bike path, which it was fall, so acorns were falling all over the path, and little sticks and leaves and all sorts of little things were falling from the trees because it was fall time, and he was just rollerblading, and I was amazed. I was blown away. I was in shock. I was like, do these people have a death wish? I mean, they're so old already. I would expect them to be in their recliners, having a cup of tea, watching the nightly news. But no, they're out bicycling, rollerblading. They are ready to rumble. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, I can get on a bicycle and within 10 minutes want to pass the hell out. Sorry about the bad language, but I do. I want to pass the H out. I cannot stand it. I get so winded, so tired. My legs start hurting. My arms start hurting. And then even my mom, she can hardly do it either. She's in pain and she's in her 50s. And she's like, I don't know how these 70, 80-year-old people do it. Another thing that makes me super mad is the 80 to 70 to 60-year-old people that do it. Like 60% of those people are not wearing helmets or any kind of good gear. Shorts, tank tops, old women in tank tops, no helmets whatsoever. And you're like, are you guys okay? If you have and there's a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them. And I will say a lot of them, the older ones, will use the bike path. But they're on there, they're going pretty fast, and there's a lot of them. So how about if you guys get into a wreck or slide or slip, your head's going to be hurt, you're going to have all sorts of issues. Emergency ambulance will be out there quick. But it is so insane. It is blowing. At least the guy on the rollerblades had knee pads and a helmet on. And I think he even had shoulder pads. So he was smart with that. I can't get over it. Then the very kicker of it all is there's stop signs on the bike path for people to stop for the vehicles, and like the roads that pass over the bike path that passes over streets, you're supposed to stop for the cars because the cars have the right of way. That is work going on in my back lot behind my house. But the bikers never want to stop. They get mad if they have to stop. They do not want to stop at these intersections. It's amazing if they do stop. So if you're the driver, even though you have the right of way, you really have to stop to look both ways because you don't want to hit a biker. Even though it's your right of way. Then they also get very mad if there's any walkers in their way, and if there's a walker in their way with a dog, doubly mad. They're like, no. They're over it. They're like, get your freaking dog and your freaking body out of this way, out of this walk path. And it is a bike and walking path. It's not just for bikers. It's also for walkers with their animals. So, yeah, it's extremely maddening. The bikers think they own the whole entire path or the whole roadway, and they expect you to be watching either way for them to be coming, and they expect you to get out of their way within probably 2 minutes of them heading past you. They want you to see them way ahead or way behind and get out of the way into the grass. Mind me. Like, they want you to move your body into the grass with your dog or your 2 or 3 dogs, get out of their way to move back on the path, and then have another person come up in a minute. Then there's also a whole nother group of them that are on electric bicycles. Electric. And they come in pretty quick, and they can't even get mad at you. Most of them don't, because they're like, oh, I know I'm going too fast. And it says no motor vehicles. Then you get an electric bicycle out there and they're going freaking 40. And you're like, my dog's about to get smashed by the electric bicycles. Oh man, I really feel bad for the dogs. I mean, the dogs have it the roughest. They don't even understand they could get plowed down by an electric bicycle at any minute. Or get even plowed down by a regular bicyclist because that bicyclist didn't give a crap. So, me and my mom have had this experience for too many years, walking our dogs on the bike path in Gulf Shores and not enjoying a little bit of it. I mean, the days where there's no bikers is wonderful, very random and rare for that to happen. But the days that happens is like a blessing. But the days that which is most of the time, with the days with all the bikers, you're having to watch every single way. And you're like, I came on an enjoyable walk with my dog, and I'm having to deal with this. Not what I signed up for. Not what I signed up for. And don't even get me started on take your dog to the dog park. We have small dogs, and every single time we're around other dogs, the big dogs want to attack our dogs. So, no thank you. I'm not signing up to go get my dog attacked at the dog park. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started. Dog parks, I don't know why they make them. It must be some kind of social gathering for the owners of the dogs. It's nothing to do for the dogs. I am not into dog parks, and I could talk about that all on its own. So that's my rant and my thoughts of the week about the bicyclists. And I wish people would stop texting me and calling me all the time. Okay. Mom's questions of the week. Let's do the questions of the week and we'll finish this up, you guys. I'm sorry this is a little longer podcast today, but Hey, last week was a little bit shorter, so let's enjoy it. Oh, also, y'all, I got my haircut. My birthday haircut. Look. I don't know if you can notice, but it's cute. It's fun. I got it a little shorter, and I'm happy about it. All right, let's see. Mom's questions of the week. Da-da-da-da. All right, this will finish this up. Let's see. All right, her first question. I always have to read them because she sends them to me through a text message, and I don't want to write them down. She said, "What impression do you think you give when you first meet someone?" I can't say for certain because sometimes I'm probably not as, I don't know. Every time I meet someone, I try to be happy, joyful, kind, respectful. I actually kind of up my bubbliness, I feel like, and I don't know if it's definitely natural for me. I'm not like putting on anything. I am a bubbly person, but I think somehow in my psyche or whatever, I just up my bubbliness for some reason, and it wasn't natural for me in the beginning for me to start doing that, like back in the day. But now it's just a part of me. Like as soon as I meet somebody, I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, "Oh, nice to meet you. My name's Love." Yeah, like I'm really like over the top probably, but in a nice way. And I'm not trying to be over the top. It's just how I come off. And probably people are like, "Oh, this girl's so sweet," or "Oh, this girl's like a little too bubbly for me," or "Oh, this girl's so happy. What's up with her?" And then I think I mellow out really quickly, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." Like I always try to keep a conversation going. I'm really good about that. And as I've gotten older, it's become tiring. But I'm always trying to like make the other person feel comfortable, be able to continue a conversation, ask them questions, and listen to what they say, and try to relate to them in some way. And probably it's not perfectly what I should be like, but I don't like to hurt other people's feelings. I like to make people feel like I really enjoyed meeting you, and I really respected what you said too, and I hope you enjoyed meeting me. And so, yeah, I think people probably think I'm bubbly and happy, and also probably down to earth, and probably a little bit, not calm, but like, I don't know. I think they probably think, "Oh, this girl's kind of got it together a little bit," because I'm not trying to be like a smart person or something, but I don't come off as like a dumb blonde or anything like that. I'm definitely like, I'm a good person to meet, I guess. I mean, just the interaction of meeting me is not bad. It's going to be a good experience. I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be awkward or weird. Even if I feel awkward inside, I know how to shadow it and make myself seem like I'm totally into meeting you, and I'm totally cool, calm, collected, and I'm happy and bubbly and sweet. And this is who I am. My name's Love. And also, I'm a little comedic, I think. So that's what I think. She said, "What's your idea of the perfect day?" Guys, every day that you go to Chick-fil-A is a perfect day. So, no. Okay, Chick-fil-A has something to do with it. No, I'm joking. I would probably like somewhere more special to eat if it's a special day. I don't know. You can have so many things happen on a special day. If you get gifts, of course. If you go get a haircut, it feels special. If you're going out to buy something that you've been wanting for a long time, I feel like that would be a special day. Also just like going somewhere that you've been wanting to go, or definitely for me, a special day would be like going somewhere, like traveling somewhere to a comedy concert, which I'll tell you. And so it would be like traveling to the place where the comedy concert is, Even getting a hotel would be fun. Going to Chick-fil-A or somewhere else great to eat. Maybe even like getting your hair cut or doing something fun in the town where you're at. And then hopefully in that town, seeing Trailer Trash Tammy and Libby Higgins perform their stand-up comedy. Because that is what I want to do. And I was going to go at the end of next month, but unforeseen circumstances have arose. And I cannot go, but I will go in the future. Tammy, I'm coming to see you. I love Trailer Trash Tammy. It's actually Chelsea Lynn and Libby Higgins, and their comedy. A lot of people aren't into that kind of comedy. It's kind of like redneck comedy, but it is my kind of comedy, and I love it, and I want to go. And that would be like the perfect day to do some fun stuff in the day, wherever they're at. Then go to the concert or go to the stand-up, and then after the fact, meet them would be like the cherry on top. So hopefully one day I'll be able to go. And I'm sorry I can't make it next month, but I will make it soon. I will make it in the future. I know I will. Last question of the day, or the last question of the week from Mom. She says, if you could live anywhere, where would it be and why? You guys, I really don't know about that question because I love where I live. If I could live anywhere else, it's just so hard for me to think because I just really love where I live. It would have to be somewhere where the beach is. Even though I don't go to the beach every day and stuff, I don't know. I just can't be in cold areas. And I do want to be able, I need to be able to drive to the beach if I need to be able to drive. I feel like the beach is part of my life. So if it was up to me, it would have to be anywhere that the beach is and a warm area. And I thought always that, I loved Florida. And we did live in Florida for some time. But it is so freaking hot down there, you guys. Unbelievably hot. And, I mean, Christmas Day, it could be 100 degrees. And you're just like, I did not sign up for 100 degrees. And here in Gulf Shores, like, it is hot. Most of the year it's pretty warm. But in the winter there is the cold time. It's not like super cold. Some days it's super cold, but not all the time. So it gives you that little break. And then at Christmas, it's semi-coolish. This year it was actually really cold, below freezing, which was rare. But then you get a long summer and you get the beach and you get these mild winters, and I like that. So I really just don't really want to pick anywhere else. Sorry, I'm like touching the mic. I really don't pick anywhere else but where I live right now. I just really can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. Unless it's somewhere almost like here. So, yeah. All right, y'all. So this is the end of the podcast. Sorry it was a little longer today, but I'm glad I got into everything I wanted to get into so we can just move on to next week and have all fresh stuff to talk about. And look at my beautiful flowers. I know I said I didn't want any roses because they're already dead, but these ones are doing well. These ones are doing great, and I'm pretty proud of the Ecuadorian flowers. All right, let's end it off with some music. Bye, 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 bye. I had a great week with y'all. I had a great podcast with you guys. I'm singing and I sound terrible. What's up with Whatty? I'll be back next week. I'm 29. I'm 29. I'm 29. Woo woo. Bye, you guys. Have a great week. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure your notification bell is turned on. See you next week. See you next week.